Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
When I go to Las Vegas, it's like they keep asking, how can we outdo ourselves? And so there's another building or several new buildings every time you go. I mean, look, when you have a restaurant where they're selling $1,000 steak.
I know.
On a briefcase.
I know. I know.
Something's wrong with
I'm aware
the
of
world.
that. I'm
We've
aware
lost
of
the
that.
plot.
You went to that place too, huh?
We definitely. Well, it was in this.
I got sucked in.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo
There we
show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
You know, when you've lost 6 in a row, and everybody's asking if you're ever going to win another game again, it's nice to have somebody else to make fun of. And let me just begin today by saying thank God for LSU.
The first question is absolutely correct. We are not going down a failed path. And I wanted to tell you something. This is a pattern. The guy that's here now that wrote that contract cost Texas A&M $70-something million. Right now, we got a $53 million liability. We are not doing that again. And you know what? I believe that we're going to find a great coach. I mean, maybe we'll let President Trump pick it. He loves winners, you know? I'm not going to be picking the next coach. But I can promise you, we're going to pick a coach, and we're going to make sure that that coach is successful. And we're going to make sure that he's compensated properly. And we're going to put metrics on it. Because I'm tired of rewarding failure in this country and then leaving the taxpayers on the foot, to foot the bill. So, yeah, absolutely. I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it.
That's the governor
That is the governor
of Louisiana, Jeff Landry.
Jeff Landry.
He's there's more to come. On
Well,
that. This is going to be all day.
This was, when I first heard this yesterday, I'm going to be honest. I saw it. Somebody sent it to me, and I thought it was a gag video. I didn't think it was real. I thought it was like a Saturday Night Live deal, like a parody. And
well, they've got videos now where they show someone talking,
and that's what I thought it was.
Their voice
right, that's what I thought it
with
was.
AI,
and then it was real, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy is some kind of political opportunist right there. And then by the end of the day, it's like, well, he just blew their chance to get Lane Kiffin.
yeah.
So the guy goes from people pumping their fists going, yeah, it's about time somebody did something about all this to, oh, well, that's different now. Yeah, you're going to cost us a chance to get a real coach.
The first thing I thought was Waterboy.
Me too. Ed Orgeron, too.
That's Coach O said he's ready for the job.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. He's on his phone. It was a phone call away.
If I hadn't been so distracted yesterday, I would have called Coach O and had him on the show today. This would have been great. We'll have Ross Dellinger on, who's been covering the story. Roots in Louisiana, now a national college reporter. His wife is a correspondent at the White House, and what the politics and sports collide again. And you know what we're hearing from people in Louisiana like Tim Brando? You say we're different down here. We're built different. Well, guess what? You sure are, and that's why you've been doing less with more for a long time.
The message of, we're tired of all these buyouts. Nothing wrong with that message. I mean, lots of people agree with that. But it's all the other stuff. And it's just I'm of the opinion that when you read between the lines and you go back and really look at a chronology of how things went down in the aftermath of their loss to Texas A&M, the governor's the one that got him fired. And, he's an angry fan. He's an angry LSU fan who happens to be the governor, who right now under their system down there, because there's no permanent president of Louisiana State University, he's the de facto president. And it's not that he's in charge, but, he said the board of supervisors, all of us, we're going to pick the next coach. I'm thinking, are you kidding me?
Well, he said he wasn't. He was going to have them, but they're all appointed by him.
Yeah, they're all appointed by him. Now, this is what happens when people have this sense of self-importance, and they think, well, it's just sports. It's just football. We can hire a coach. Anybody can do that. We don't.
Who wouldn't want this
Yeah,
job?
who would not want to come here? We're going to pay you a lot of money. We're going to support you. Now, if you don't win, we're going to fire you, and we're going to complain about the buyout. But, it's I just wonder who they're going to be able to hire. Who in their right mind would jump into that situation right now?
So 6:07 on Thursday morning. Good morning.
I'm just glad they're there today.
And we are here to pick on LSU a little bit. And for, our friends that are LSU fans, sorry, but this is what happens at LSU. LSU should have a winning, national championship team contender every year. They have more players come out of the state of Louisiana per capita than any team in the country that goes to the NFL. They have more defensive linemen coming out in a defensive lineman league. They're athletes. You can throw rocks from campus and you're going to hit athletes. Like they're that close, just ready to be. And there's nothing more important. They are similar to Arkansas. There's nothing more important in Louisiana than LSU football. Not the Saints, nothing. LSU football is it. And they're bigger, and they have, other universities and all that. But it's about LSU football. It's about Tiger Stadium. It's about Saturday night in Death Valley. And this is a great example, and this is what we talk about on the show. When we say you got to have everything aligned, this is a really easy example to point to of a look behind the curtain when it's not. It may not always be this public-facing, but this is where athletic departments find themselves in a really difficult position. When the AD and the president and the chancellor and the governor and the board is not in alignment, when you don't have somebody that's bringing all that together, you get what Arkansas football has struggled with over the years at times. And I'll submit to you that ever since, Jim Lindsey, had some tough health issues and was unable to execute the things that he had been able to execute over the years, in my opinion, of really bringing people together. I mean, when Houston Nutt was the coach here, Jim Lindsey got so many things done for Houston Nutt that allowed him to and I'm maybe oversimplifying it a little bit, but who's the godfather of a football program in a state like Arkansas or Louisiana? Because when you have that, this kind of stuff doesn't happen.
If you've got a good one.
Yeah.
If you've got a good one. Sometimes
you
have some that aren't good.
People, that's right.
Yeah.
But it's got to be, my point is, it's got to be somebody that has that ability to bring people together. And when you don't have it, this is what happens.
Well, what I see with LSU right now is people getting out of their lane. People are involved in this that have no earthly idea what they're doing.
Well, his point is that the AD has no idea what he's doing.
Well,
which is fine, but to go out and do it publicly and just, have you ever seen anything like this? Have you ever seen a sitting AD have the governor of the state come out and call him a moron? And he's still in the job.
Well, the governor, respectfully,
he
right now,
called him a moron.
When I say stepping out of his lane,
he called him a moron.
When I say getting out of your lane, he's an angry fan. You think about it. The chief executive of Louisiana is nothing more than an angry fan when it comes to his dealings with LSU football. That's all that he is. And angry fans make decisions based on anger. We all do. I can be an angry fan just like everybody else.
Not just anger, any emotion. Any emotion. Like sports make you emotional. Colin Cowherd has said it for years. There are two things that make really smart, successful people dumb when it comes to successful businessmen: sports and women. Bad decisions all over the place. Something happens, mind gets turned. But you can equally make horrible decisions over other things where you're not angry. Like you're a fan, you don't understand all of the things that come. Like for example, I want this coach. Well, do you really know what you're talking about, or is that an emotion that's very surface level? Now LSU is going to be in a position where they're going to try to hire a football coach without that football coach knowing who his boss is going to be, who he's going to be working for, and is there alignment in the state to get all the things he can want. This was absolutely throwing a hand grenade on the LSU coaching search.
This is how you end up with Chad Morris.
Again, we're watching it happen with somebody else now.
They won't have it happen like that. There will be somebody. They'll eventually somebody's going to tell that governor to shut up and get out of this, and someone will, and eventually they'll get a good coach. But it's not going to be right now, and I'll bet it's not Lane Kiffin. And this is something that they're going to have to deal with for a little bit. Here's the bottom line: you can still win at LSU, and that's why ultimately they're going to get a good coach. But the situation they've got there right now is I mean, this is kind of what's wrong with college football right now. I mean, we can talk about NIL and transfer portal all we want, but I mean, this stuff going on down there right now is that's just way over the top.
It's wild.
I'm glad it's happening to somebody
else. College football. What a time to be in sports talk radio. Bart, your thoughts? We'll get them when we come back in the Chevy at Fayetteville Situation Room. Bart's just he's the boiling water is at a simmer over there. He's right. I think he's got stuff.
It's brewing.
Yeah,
it's brewing.
It's like a French. He's boiling the water for a French press. 6:13. Good morning, Chuck and Bo Show.
I could be mistaken, but I did read it.
It's pretty even.
It could have been incorrect, but I did read it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want real action, and the wait is over. Live racing is back. Every weekend brings big moments, big crowds, and your chance to feel the thrill of a big win. The holiday racing season begins Friday, December 12th, and runs through January 4th. Then, the excitement returns with the classic racing season, January 30th through May 2nd. It's racing, it's winning, it's everything you've been waiting for. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go. I can tell you right now. I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward as well. Y'all should start looking into that.
That used to be my opening line whenever I emceed anything. Chuck Barrett was unavailable, and last second, here I am. I'm always available. And so here we are today. Let's have a big time.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ross Dellinger coming up at 7:30 this morning, Yahoo Sports, and Matt Wyatt in the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to talk a little Mississippi State football. The Bulldogs will be in town on Saturday. And I said this last night. I don't want to jinx it, but no rain in the forecast for Saturday.
What about
It's going to
Friday?
be a beautiful fall day.
What about Friday?
I don't think there's any rain in the forecast either. It's going to be chilly. Bart's going to be chilly out there Friday. And I say Bart's going to be chilly because, I don't know, I may have to keep up with the live
We're not
scoring.
going to put the same amount of attention on Bart this time.
You think the pressure was too much?
We're just going to see.
See, I've got this vision of like Friday's going to roll around or tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, right?
Yeah.
Tea time, it's just going to be Bart. It's just going to be like he's out there playing solo on a summer morning.
There was a group of 8 or so that were going to be there, and
Everybody's had stuff come
it's
up.
It's down to Bart, the club pro, the club president, and me.
Yeah. Oh, I think Bart's got to enter his own
Edward
score.
had all these promises of like the production he was going to do it. He's like, I don't know if I can make it.
There was no promises.
Here we go.
We go. We've had like a passing conversation during
We talked
the
about
show,
it on the show.
like once in the last 2
But
weeks.
anyhow,
a passing
I know
conversation about
I
it.
know what. I just expect that people are going to, jump on board and go. And it's like, no, Bo, we need you to plan everything. We need to have a long conversation about it. Here we go. And so it's going to be me, my iPhone, and Bart.
Bart can enter his
I don't
own
even know
scores.
I don't know if I'm going to. Well, we have live scoring.
Bart is a man of honor. I'm not worried about Bart cheating. He can enter his own live scoring scores. We don't have to go.
Well, we have live scoring.
on.
Actually, you know what? You're right. I don't know if I'm going to go.
I mean, what are we doing?
Why don't we just put him out there by himself?
That's what I'm saying.
It's an honor game.
That's right.
It's
and
an honor
Bart's
game.
an honorable man.
Me, you, and Edward can get together and have mimosas in the clubhouse and sit by the fireplace
That's
at the
right.
Fayetteville Country Club.
Chuck, I think
I
that's
also
the, I
won't
think,
be at
I
that.
think that's the highest compliment you've ever given me.
Well, I mean, it's a compliment of convenience, Bart. Don't get the big head or anything like that.
Do you have to work on Friday, Edward? Do somebody have to get something done around here?
That's right. I got to be in here about 4 o'clock, and then I got to stay up all night for the other business.
Oh, we got high school football tonight,
Fridays are pretty packed.
And then you want him to go to the freaking
and then you
golf
want me to go to the
course.
golf
Come
course,
on.
and then I have a family, and it's Halloween, and I got to go
Oh, it's Halloween.
That's
I
what-
forgot about
that's
that.
what
No,
happened.
we got to go trick or treating.
You got the pumpkin patch. That's right.
That's why
No
nobody's
pumpkin
going to be
patch.
there.
That's right. It's
It is
Halloween.
amazing.
I mean, it's just.
It is amazing. All these people that are about their families.
Come on.
I'll be leaving at 8 today to pick up my daughter.
Yeah, really. Jeez.
By
That's
the way,
what's wrong with the world.
It is. Bart, you go keep trying to break 90. The rest of us aren't going to try because we got families and stuff. We don't have time for all that. And, Chuck's got 5 jobs. He's got basketball, football, coaches shows, live shows at, the Catfish Hole, and I guess soon to be Sassy's. When's that happening?
Tuesday night.
See? And, he'll be traveling. And look, it's fine. Go out there and do it.
You
We'll
know
all
I'd
celebrate
be there.
later.
You know I would be there on a normal situation.
We will. Edward, can we like kind of keep people posted throughout the day?
Yeah,
on
send,
how it's
send me
same
whatever
as last
you want.
time.
I will have my phone. I'll be, I can
It's
post
okay.
whatever.
It's okay. I'm actually starting to feel bad for you now.
You
Tomorrow's
should.
really going to
You
suck
should
for
feel
you.
bad for
You got a full day, don't you?
It's just,
Yeah, it's gonna
Why
be
don't
like
you come
it's gonna
in-
be like 19 hours.
why
of
don't you
just-
come in late tomorrow?
No, I don't think I'll do
Well,
that.
why don't you do that?
I can't.
Why don't we have Bart get here early? He can do some of the
No,
things you do.
absolutely not.
And then,
go try
try to break 90. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Bart, it's like I said at some
No.
point when we were out there and it didn't make the show, the episode of Breaking Bart. But I said, this is real life right here. What Bart's dealing with, the working man playing golf. Like, yeah, he got up early this morning, did a radio show, had to tear down a bunch of stuff and put it back in his car before he started playing.
Without any help.
But I mean, that's the average working man. Well, for the record, I helped a little bit.
I did not.
I know. As we were packing the last thing in Bart's truck, was when Chuck walked up and said, I think I'm going to hit the road.
No, I think first I said, "Do you guys? Is there anything I can do?" And you said, "No, it's all done." And I said, well, "I'm going to hit the road then."
You said that. You said that after watching from a distance in the parking lot.
I'm not saying that's not true.
While we finished packing, and then you walked up at just the right moment.
It's not my first time.
You're like, I'm gonna.
It's not my first time avoiding manual labor. Okay, I've got a system down.
It's like when back on the old job site when the foreman broke out the cigarette, you knew it was fine to go up and talk to him at that point.
Right, yeah.
This would be a good time. Hey, you mentioned Ross Dellinger.
Yeah.
For those that don't follow Ross, you should on Twitter if you follow college sports. But Ross is deeply connected in Louisiana. I think he got to start there, but he worked for the Advocate.
He covered LSU
for a long time. Like back when we did the old radio show, he was a regular, and he went to. I mean, these guys, they've been to Sports Illustrated and CBS and Yahoo and whatever. But Ross is a really reputable follow, and follow him on Twitter. But he's been right in the middle of this story, like the behind the scenes of people walking from box to box, like the sky boxes in during the game in Baton Rouge, like handing out the offering plate to raise money to fire this guy during the game. That's what happened. Wasn't that Les Miles, or was that Ed Orgeron? Or did it happen with both of them?
It probably happened with both of them, if we're being honest.
I'm going to wonder if alcohol was an issue when they were doing all that, if that was involved.
Well, I mean, whether it is or not, you'll never know because it's always there. It's always, in Louisiana, it's just part of it.
They are a little different.
But they are built different, and they live different. And by the way, we have fun with Louisiana. You don't have a bad time when you go to Louisiana.
No.
I mean, the greatest hospitality, from a tailgate standpoint. I mean, are there angry, drunk LSU fans you want to stay away from? That's true of any fan base. But they do get a bad rap for a little bit of that. This, however, this whole thing is how many times are we going to say things? I'm running out of adjectives like volatile, wild, drunk. I'm talking about college football. Insane.
Can you just play the governor's cut again?
Yeah, well,
that pretty much sums it all. This is the chief executive.
I played
the state
first
of
half
Louisiana.
a second ago.
Yeah.
This is Jeff Landry. What did you call him? The executive?
The chief executive of the state of Louisiana.
I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us a coach. Because, wait, I want to hold on. One real quick thing on that. Because here's what y'all reporters need to do. Y'all need to start looking at who represents all these people, like these agents. You know what's interesting? If I'm not mistaken, Woodward's agent, Kelly's agent, the Texas A&M, they're all the same agent. Like, you realize if I would be... I don't know how many sports writers we got here today? Just you. We should have a bunch. Okay? Like, this is ridiculous. Lawyers would be disbarred for the way these agents act and the way they're able to represent. In fact, there's no doubt, they may even represent some of the players now. Like, it's really time for the NCAA to put on some guardrails in college sports. Because, and it's fine. We don't need the guardrails. If big billionaires want to spend all that kind of money, no problem. But if I got to go find $53 million from Kemp, it's not going to be a pleasant conversation. I'm just telling you. I know. And I think that's important as well. Y'all should start looking into that.
Now the message there is not unsound.
No, hold on a second.
I should speed that up to like 1.5 speed.
I know. As I said earlier, when I first saw the video, I didn't think it was real.
Babbel has launched a new campaign today in Louisiana. If you want to translate, Babbel. No, you're right. The message is
the message is fine,
good.
but
no, the messaging about he might be wrong about what he said. Like, those guys aren't all represented by the same agent.
There were a lot of falsehoods in
well,
statements that he said.
this is political opportunism at its finest here.
Let's not lose this point, though. Let's not lose this point. We have a major college football problem. Now, it's not a problem when it comes to conversation. I mean, this is wildly entertaining, but it's a problem as it relates to the people trying to run it and the infrastructure, and eventually for fans who want to watch their teams be competitive. But he's not wrong about, look, Jimmy Sexton, and I don't fault Jimmy, maybe some people do, but I think Jimmy's just done as good of a job with his career. I'm taking advantage of every opportunity as anybody ever could. I mean, he is the linchpin of college football coaches. Jimmy Sexton he basically calls coaches and says, you're going here now. And he calls an AD and says, this guy's coming here, and here's what you're going to pay him. And because people want to win so badly, they basically oftentimes do it. And so the governor's not wrong about that. I mean, that is happening. I mean, we got in these buyout situations because athletic directors were naive or dumb or whatever enough to say, yeah, we want to win so bad, we'll give him 90% of what's left on his contract if we fire him, and losing games isn't cause, and we're going to give them probably another contract extension if they just win like 9 or 10 games, or in some cases 6 or 7.
I just think when they start negotiating, it's a mismatch. It's a rout. Jimmy Sexton is as skilled at what he does as anybody out there. I just think he runs roughshod over these people.
He could walk in here, Chuck.
Oh, my God.
And you would leave in a Miata.
I know.
And think that truck that you have is no longer for you.
I know. And I just think it's like an SEC team playing a high school team. It's just a rout.
Just imagine you could have the convertible top down and you could just cruise Dixon on Sunday afternoons. I mean, he'd have you like seeing a life that you didn't even know existed.
But
it's unfair.
I think that's a big part of it. I think it just breaks down in negotiating ability, and he's better at it, and he holds the cards. He has the leverage to begin with, and I just think there's a lot of guys out there that are overmatched in that. It doesn't make them bad people. They're just products of their system, and Jimmy Sexton's a product of the real world, and it's just not even a fair fight.
6:30, it's Thursday morning. Good morning.
If you need an emergency contact, just write the Chuck and Bo Show. We'll be your emergency contact.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up. And don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection or visit hoggutters.com.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Today's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here and there. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We keep threatening to show behind the scenes live on the stream. It's going to happen someday. We're all going to get fired for it. There's just like total chaos.
It's mayhem around here. It really is.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart, what's wrong with us?
So much. So much.
Yeah, so Bart,
I mean, really, what is wrong with us?
So much, man. I can't help but listen to the Louisiana governor, Jeff Landry, talking about the LSU football situation.
We are live in the Chevy Fayetteville
Yes,
situation.
we are.
And Bart is talking to the masses.
I mean, it just sounds buffoonish. Like it just does. Like, man, you have a job to do. Like, stay out of sports and focus on your job. Let the people at LSU do their job. It's just so exhausting. And by the way, like, half of what he's saying isn't even true, but people are just running with it because the governor said it. But, like,
we don't have time for facts anymore, Bart.
Yeah, Bart.
That's not
I
where
mean,
we are. We don't,
these guys
Wasn't
don't
it
all
Ross
have the
Bjork?
same
Wasn't
agent.
it really Ross
These
Bjork
guys
that
don't
gave
all
the
have the
extension?
same agent. In fact, Brian Kelly, Scott Woodward, and Jimbo Fisher have 3 completely different agents.
I mean, his point was a good one.
Look, like, Scott Woodward didn't give Jimbo Fisher the contract extension that resulted in a $77 million buyout. Ross Bjork did. Now, the buyout would have still been large under Scott Woodward, but not $40 extra million large. Like, it's just insane. Like, we live in a confederacy of dunces. That's what we're.
Bart, we're favored by 5 Saturday.
Yeah.
Come on, we got a game.
We're
We got a game.
doomed.
we got a game.
We're
We got a game.
doomed.
But we got a game on
Doomed as a
Saturday.
society.
We're
Is that what
doomed
you're
as a
saying?
society.
Bart said we're doomed and there's no hope.
Yeah.
As a world, as a country. And he
As
said,
a
I said,
society.
Bart, how do you fix
We've
it?
got thousands of people commenting and engaging with completely fabricated stories on Facebook. Like,
So what do we do, Bart?
burn it all down.
Gosh,
Where does it all end, Bart? Where does it all end?
Jeez.
Well, Facebook specifically, burn it down. Let's start from the studs.
Burn
tear
the ships.
Tear it down to
What-
the
Oh,
studs.
as opposed to that credible Twitter.
Oh no, that's got to come down too.
What do we do, Bart?
Have we eaten ourselves alive? Is that basically what's happened? We've destroyed ourselves through social media.
We're going to have a town hall meeting. It starts now. We do this every year at 6:37 on
What's
October
the answer,
30th.
Bart?
A town hall meeting. Bart's hosting. Bart, what do we do? What do we do? We're here. We've bought into your message. We've bought into your message.
We are doomed.
We are doomed.
I agree. What do we do?
I was handed a flyer on a street corner, and I came to this meeting.
It was on my,
And
it was
tell
on
me
my
what I'm going to
windshield
do.
wiper out in the parking
You
lot.
got me sold. We're
Yeah.
doomed, and we're in a terrible state, and the world is going to hell in a
I didn't say
handbasket.
we are
But
a
you're-
terrible state.
No, I'm talking about the whole world. Like we're in a terrible state.
I quite like
it's
Arkansas.
a terrible.
Thank
No,
you.
it's not that. But do we have hope here? Do we have? Is this the one place? Is this our sanctuary? Is this our place of safety? Because I mean, the guy in the street corner that handed me your flyer said we are doomed, and we have a confederacy of dunces, and so I'm here to
We are a
hear.
confederacy.
I am here
Doomsday.
to hear how we fix it. What is the solve? I'm here. I'm the first guy in line.
People
I will
gotta
follow you, Bart. What do we do?
Man,
What do we do?
You've
Tell
got
me.
to-
Please, Bart.
Please help. Help us all.
I'm not going to get a chance to
Help.
speak.
No, do it. Tell us.
Hurry up. I'm dying.
Who's going to be the football coach? Tell us. I mean, come on. Let's get down to it.
What do we do?
I mean, look, just take some time to like read and look into stuff and formulate your own opinions on things.
I don't
and
have time,
Not
Bart.
be influenced.
I've got kids.
on.
I've got kids.
Like,
I've got
don't
a
fall.
life. I've got work.
Get off Facebook and get in reality. Get off social media and get in reality.
Where do I find reality, Bart?
All around you.
Where?
If you take some time to look around.
I know where. Tell me where. That's not like I'm looking around
The
right now. I'm looking at
library.
you. I'm looking at you,
The
Bart.
library.
What do I do when I get to
Books.
the library?
Read a book.
Where do I start?
Read a book.
Where do I start?
I don't know. Start with the Encyclopedia Britannica for all I care.
How do I fix this? How do we fix
I just
it?
think we need to win a ball game. I think if you win Saturday, a lot of this stuff goes away.
I mean, seriously, I'm asking the question. Honestly,
I don't know the
seriously, I can go to the library and read, but then how do I watch the news? I can't watch the news. I can't be on social media. I can't believe anything I hear. What do I do?
You have to be selective.
Well, no, you pay attention to what's going on in the world. You read a bunch of different things. You don't just lock in on one source. It's like writing a story, reporting on a story. You don't publish a story with just one source.
I only watch CNN or Fox. Doesn't that help?
No, it does not.
Really? Their stories are often different, though. They have a different perspective.
So if I watch Fox News and then I watch CNN, then what do I do?
Yeah, who's right?
Then where do I go?
Who's right?
Can I call you and be like, "Hey, Bart, I heard this and this. Which one's true?"
That's why.
Will you tell me?
That's why I would just
Maybe
read.
you need to be the guy. Maybe you need to be the guy. Maybe
Look, hey,
you need to be the new Walter Cronkite.
The one thing I can always tell you about me is I'm going to deal in facts and data.
Bart, we should start that brand. Bart's brand of being the guy, the truth. Hey Chuck, right down the middle.
I don't know that I want that.
Yeah.
Right down the middle with Bart Pullman.
That's right.
I don't know that I want that.
Straight line.
Brought to you by Chevy.
You're right.
Together, let's drive.
Chevy. Oh,
Chevy
I
of
don't know about
Fayetteville.
that.
Yeah.
Can we just play the governor and Bobby Boucher again?
Yeah, let's hear it.
That's my favorite
Let's
part.
hear,
I mean,
this
I don't
is-
care who's right or wrong.
this is,
I just think it's a good soundbite.
This is good old Jeff Landry.
I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us a coach. Because, wait, I want to hold on. One real quick thing on that. Because here's what y'all reporters need to do. Y'all need to start looking at who represents all these people, like these agents. You know what's interesting? If I'm not mistaken, Voter's agent, Kelly's
I'm afraid
agent,
you are mistaken.
the Texas
on that
A&M,
part.
they're all the same agent. Like, you realize if I would be,
They do
I don't
not.
know how many sports writers we got here today? Just you. We should have a bunch.
Should be a bunch.
Okay? Like, this is
No, there shouldn't.
ridiculous. Lawyers would be disbarred for the way these agents act and the way they're able to represent. In fact,
Also not true.
there's no doubt, they may even represent some of the players now. Like, it's really time for the NCAA to put on some guardrails.
Well, we already knew that. I mean, he's out there just getting people all fired up, and he sounds. Who's going to be the next coach at LSU now?
So I'll bet it's not Lane Kiffin.
You think
Yeah.
Kiffin will?
That was the
No.
funny part to me yesterday. Was the governor said that stuff about the middle of the day, and my initial thought was, "Oh, they're going to love that." I mean, people are going to eat that up, and they were. People were pumping their fists. It was like, "Oh, it's about time somebody did something about that." By the end of the day, it's probably going to cost us Lane Kiffin. It's like, well, what's that idiot doing out there talking like that?
What if?
Lane Kiffin's not going to LSU.
well,
I don't think there's a chance.
How about? I think it'd be a very difficult. That'd be a difficult thing for him to do with having no idea who he's working with and the total what appears to be.
Right.
That's
I,
like
I
he's
think,
working
I
for
think
the governor.
I think the governor just really hurt LSU
Yeah,
football.
like Chuck said, somebody will still go there, but you're not going to have the pick of who you want.
Doing more harm than good.
Florida and Penn State just became better jobs, and I think the LSU job previously was head and shoulders the best
Yeah.
of the open jobs.
But
But now
again-
you have to wonder what in the world's going on down there.
Again, what makes something a good job?
And you know,
The
by the way,
ability to win.
By the way, you know that if you don't win a national title within your first 4 years at LSU, you're getting fired.
But part of the ability to win, Chuck, is all of this stuff being in place, right? And if you don't have it, then it's not the same job. And so we look at it and say, you're exactly right. If you're just looking at the job, you're going to get great players at LSU. And the last 3 coaches have won a national championship there. So, yeah, it's a great job. But when you hear this stuff going on, it's like, can I survive all that? We got to hit a break. We'll take calls coming up. Bart will tell us how to solve all the world's problems. He's identified them. And he said the solve is to go to the library. You're on record as saying that. Go to the library. Go. No, that was your number one. Go to the library. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. Also a place you can go and trust and believe in what's happening there. They're going to help you
right.
bank better. Great people, more convenient locations. Stop by a First Security Bank near you. You'll see a smile and you'll find out all the answers to any questions you have
as it relates to banking. FSbank.com online. First Security Bank, member FDIC. We're full service here. We're like the concierge of sports talk radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit gopaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea, and when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
I don't need Chat GTP. I've got Chuck GTP.
Amen.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
been thinking that you travel a lot, and we were wondering if it'd be okay if you just shared your location with us.
Probably not. But
just in case anything happens.
Yeah, I
just with the family here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean,
would you mind sharing your location with us?
I would mind. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're not going for that.
So, like, if you have a show, does everybody have to put out their own odds on who's going to be the next coach at Arkansas?
guess.
You were just reading one there.
I think it's just another account that came
One
up
man's
with
opinion.
The odds that Bart gave us yesterday to be the Arkansas next coach.
Okay,
Some
all right.
offshore accountant, gambling ring in the game.
Gambling ring, mafia led.
I don't know about that. How you don't know? 3-1 Rhett Lashley, 4-1 Riot and Silverfield at Memphis, 5-1 Bobby Petrino, 6-1 John Summerall, Brian Kelly 6-1,
Brian Kelly,
G.J. Kinney 7-1, Gus Malzahn 8-1, Mike Gundy 8-1.
They're just pulling names out of the air.
Well, that's
right
what
there.
coaching searches are. You just pull names out.
Wouldn't it be great if we hired this guy?
I mean, this is like the best and worst part of being a coach. People was like, if we could just get that guy, I ought to be wanted.
But here's the thing. This is why at the end of the day, I have to be honest. While I do sympathize with him sometimes, I don't feel sorry for him. Because every time that stuff is said, the price of doing business just keeps going up. And it's just the cash register's chinging. Every time somebody says, wouldn't it be great if we could hire that guy? And it's a tough gig. I'm not suggesting it's not, but it's still a pretty good deal.
Yeah, 877-377-6963. Bart has identified that as a country, as a society, as a universe,
falling down,
we are done.
Doomed.
We are finished, and I don't know what to do with that, Bart. I was looking for a solve, maybe some hope, but it just took the Louisiana governor coming out and telling us, how things are in Louisiana to just kind of ruin all that. And so what do we do now?
I think we need a big
know.
weekend. I think Bart needs to break 90 tomorrow. He may be the only one out there on the course. It's going to be cold and windy.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all bailed. But
British Open conditions.
Yeah, we're going to be there with you in spirit. But if Bart breaks 90 and the Hogs win Saturday, I mean, the world looks a little brighter.
That's
Yeah, it's
That
a
is
little
true.
brighter.
It is true.
Doesn't mean we're not doomed, but, it looks a little brighter.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It does. And that's a 3 o'clock
We just need
start
something good to happen.
on the SEC Network. Ross Dellinger will tell us all about this LSU and college football situation coming up at 7:30.
Got Halloween tomorrow night?
Matt Wyatt's at 8:15 today, covering Mississippi State. By the way, Mississippi State is on a 16-game SEC losing streak. Do you know when that losing streak began?
When they
16 games ago.
Hey, very good, Bart. That is the kind of insight Bart is bringing today.
Man,
From,
he's a mathematician, too.
from the Chevy of Fayetteville situation.
That would have started in 2022, right?
23.
23.
Yep. You know who their first loss on this 16-game streak came
It was to Arkansas.
Came to Arkansas, 7-3 outcome.
Yeah.
Arkansas
thriller.
won
That was a
7-3.
An old
I remember
slobber
that
knocker.
one.
Yeah, what do you remember, Chuck?
Well, it was a shootout. It was just up and down the field. I remember that. Nobody could score.
A lot of
though.
stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, a lot of nobody could score. Kept shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
It was that kind
Well,
of
those
day.
were-
Actually, I don't remember anything about it at all. It sounds forgettable.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you had a great time.
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
It was fun.
But I didn't love hearing that. I didn't love hearing that they're coming back here to maybe end the losing streak where it all began.
What if I told you, though, that the last 2 times a Jeff Levy-led offense has played the Razorbacks, they've turned it over a combined 12 times in 2 games.
Arkansas ran it down their throats last year. I mean, Braylon ran for 175, I think, something like that. I want to see if Arkansas is knocking people around again up front the way they did in the first, the 2 games prior to Auburn. They didn't win, but they ran the ball pretty well early on. If you do that against these guys, I'll bet you win. But, we're not there yet.
They're 12th in the league on defense, both total yards and giving up points. Arkansas has been bottom of the league.
Yeah, neither one set the world on fire, that's for sure.
This could end up very, very well being a shootout. What we say the total was, 67.5?
Yeah, it was something like that.
That's a high
lot
total.
of points.
67.5?
Yeah.
Wow.
As of now, 67.5.
Toronto won the pivotal Game 5 of the World Series after beginning the game with back-to-back homers.
I will tell you, I know I'm the only one watching, but that is one gutsy baseball team. I mean, they really are. They're going to win the World Series.
Those pesky Jays from Canada, huh?
I know.
Nice.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today. Man, there's nothing like a perfect steak. So tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. And now, thanks to Plainview Beef, it's clean with no hidden chemicals. Plainview Beef feeds their cattle with wheatgrass sprouts, and their beef is loaded with nutrients your body needs. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. PlainviewBeef.com. Order direct to your house. Check out their menu, which includes 6 8-ounce fillets for just $99. Again, it's PlainviewBeef.com. Use the promo code Chuck and Bo and get a free 12-pack of beef sticks. PlainviewBeef.com.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eyes. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Can we get somebody? I mean, listen, there are people all over college athletics right now just handing out money for coaches to go away. How about a little bit better cause? Let's grant Chuck his wish.
That's right.
Of being able to make this happen.
Well, pay me not to be on the air.
Yeah.
Just pay me. Pay me. I can be bought. I've been to a lot of places. I've had a very full career.
Yeah.
If you want to throw some money my way to walk away, I'm down with that.
I'm good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I think the buyout accounts up to like 74 cents right now, so I'm probably going to stick around for a
I don't know,
while.
man. I was having some conversations with agents the other day, and your buyout might be higher than you think.
Well, I mean, I can write down a figure.
They
I
were-
can write down a figure.
They were calling about extensions. They were calling about extensions for you.
I'll write it down on a cocktail napkin and slide it across the table. Yeah, this is what it'll take.
Kind of see what the reaction is.
Yeah.
It's October 30th. We know what that means. Tomorrow is Halloween. Bart, have you decided what you're going to wear? What are you
No,
gonna do?
probably nothing. Actually, I'm probably going to.
I didn't see that coming.
Probably
I didn't
gonna-
see a nude Bart for Halloween. Did you see that, Edward? Did you see that coming?
I don't want to see
I
that.
did not see that
Not.
coming.
I don't wanna see that coming.
That's not what I
Not
meant.
see that. Well,
That's not what I said.
Well,
you asked
it
what I'm
kinda is
going
what
as
you
for
said.
Halloween, and I said
No,
probably
he said,
nothing.
"What are you wearing for Halloween?"
that's exactly what I said.
And
Not
you
no
said probably
costume.
nothing.
No costume.
Jeez. Whoa, that was just like
No.
It was chilling. It was chilling.
There will be clothes, but there will be street clothes.
Let me get
What
this
exactly
straight.
are street
Well,
clothes?
that's a good question.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's why I
he's in
said
street
it.
clothes
That's why I
tonight.
said
He's
it.
not going to play.
Yeah.
What are those?
Clothes you wear on the street.
So Bart,
Yeah.
you started this whole thing a while back. And we had a whole segment on it, maybe two.
Yeah.
That you were going to go to Halloween Spirit or whatever that day. We wanted to
Yeah.
go along and help you.
Yeah.
Were you
And
just
you went
talking that
from-
day?
yeah.
Were you just
Well,
making
no,
that up?
there were some plans, but the situation has changed, and now I'm just gonna chill at the house,
Well, now-
put a movie on, and
Well, you gotta wear
greet
something
the
for the
trick
show
or treaters.
tomorrow.
What's the situation?
No, we're
and
not. We're
what's
not
changed?
gonna do that.
Why?
Why is
Stick with
nobody
it.
wanting
Chuck,
to
stick
dress
with
up
that.
for the show?
Stick with that.
I'm not going
Keep
to.
I gotta
Keep
wait.
going, Chuck.
I gotta come back to this. What's the situation and what's changed? You said the situation's changed.
Well,
so you're not
there-
going to go in
there's-
costume
there-
now.
there-
There
situation
are no
room.
plans anymore for Halloween.
That's what he's asking.
That's what I'm
What,
asking.
what,
What
are the-
changed?
what were the plans? What changed?
Yeah.
We had a group together. We were going to go do some stuff, and that's
Yeah, but what
changed.
happened is what Chuck's asking.
What
Bart.
blew it up?
What happened?
I mean, they just got canceled.
Oh, okay.
What, like,
You decided you didn't want to go? It's
No.
nothing dramatic. Like
No.
someone didn't
No,
say,
but
"I'm not
really.
going trick or treating with you,
No.
Art."
No.
That's silly.
There was no trick or treating involved.
Nobody
There
actually
was
said that.
there was never any trick or treating involved.
That's what happened.
There's never.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever
We're
heard
a little
of.
too old for this, Bart. That's what happened.
I
Well, funny.
No, but really,
That is funny.
What were the plans? Like, if it were actually happening, what would have been happening?
There was like a bar crawl situation. and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just not happening
yeah, you're
anymore.
better off. Somebody got wise and said, "This isn't a good idea."
Oh, we are a little
Yeah, I
too
think it
old
would
for
be.
that.
I think it's a fine idea,
Wha-
but it's just not happening
Okay.
anymore.
Oh, well, in that case, let's make it happen.
No, that's okay.
I'll go with you.
No, you won't. You're trying to get out of playing golf tomorrow.
No, I wouldn't do that. I just don't want to be cold.
That is so funny.
Well, neither do I.
Well, but you're the guy that's
I'm-
stepped up in
I'm
the
doing
in the
it for
face
the-
of. Well, listen, Bart, we can cancel at any time.
No, we shall not.
Bart doesn't show up for his tea time.
I know. Bart's going to
DQ.
miss his tea time and get DQ'd tomorrow.
DQ'd from his own event.
Yeah, he's going to.
Are you going to wear a Payne Stewart outfit tomorrow?
No, I don't think I will. I think I'll have.
It's going to be cold.
I think
That's
I'll
why
have
I'm not
pants
going.
on.
Just for the
It's
record,
probably-
it's going to be cold.
It's probably a hoodie
45.
situation.
45. at tea
45.
time.
By the time he
Yeah.
finishes, it'll be 54.
Yeah, I'm going to need to find some
I'm
sort
out.
of golfing vest for cold weather or something. I might have to go to the store tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna.
I don't play a lot of cold weather golf.
So are you? Is this like? Are you already throwing an excuse out?
No,
it won't
no.
affect your game.
I'll throw it out
Well,
for him.
I
It's
mean-
gonna.
I mean,
Person's not meant to play golf like
It
sub
being-
50 degrees.
It being
It's
cold
just not-
will impact the situation. Sure.
Do we need to get a heater?
Ball's not gonna fly as far. You know.
You have to
Like,
account for that.
Yeah.
Club selection.
Yeah, but that's not an excuse. That's just
We need to get a heater for you tomorrow.
No.
Put in
Hand
the golf
warmers.
cart?
Do you have hand warmers?
Do you have hand?
Absolutely
That's a good
not.
question.
No, I don't have hand warmers, nor would I like any.
Do you need a blanket for like while you're driving?
Shawl.
No.
You need candy. You need candy corn.
No.
Hot chocolate.
No candy. No.
Let's take a moment. You know, we've talked
None
about
of that.
Bart. Let's take a moment now to just a moment of silence for all the parents that are dealing with Halloween tomorrow. Or maybe we could do it tomorrow.
Edward,
Maybe we just
what time does trick or treating begin tomorrow night, Edward? Well before dark, I'm sure.
Yeah, well before dark, maybe like 5 or
Edward's attitude on this is it's so.
Well, Edward's thinking about all he's got to do tomorrow.
It'll be fun.
Oh man,
it'll be a good time.
Oh, this is really something.
I do have my costume for the show tomorrow planned.
Yeah,
I'm hoping all of you do.
What is
I
that?
can't reveal it, but
Are we
I'm
wearing costumes on the show tomorrow?
We need to, but I've got a clever one planned. Yeah,
Wow.
it's not crazy, but
clever.
But
Clever.
it's a good idea in my mind.
Okay.
The only idea I have is the one I already shared.
What's that?
Put on like a baseball jersey and a hat and hold a stop sign. And I'll be a shortstop.
That's pretty good.
I mean, that's it. That's all I got.
I
I'm
mean,
sure
we are a visual.
could be a jockey. I
It's
could
a
be an
visual
angry
medium.
jockey.
It's a video show. So I figured everybody had costumes.
What if I was like a half murdered jockey? Like blood on my face and your jockey outfit.
Yeah, that'd be clever.
Bring
No, I mean it would be. It would be clever.
What if I do the show on a horse tomorrow?
Now we're talking. Now that's a different deal. You come as an actual cowboy.
We're always a day late, $1 short. I could have been at Oaklawn sitting on a horse doing the entire show tomorrow.
We're going to be there on the 12th of December.
Bo's going to be on this horse until we raise the money that we need for
A new
the
football coach.
program. NIL fund. Bo on a horse. Golly. There'd be enough people that don't like me that just would never happen.
Knock Bo off the horse.
Yeah.
Doug in South Arkansas has texted in wondering if there's going to be anything of substance on the show today.
No.
I don't know. I thought we had a pretty good hour there on the front side of everything that's wrong with like
Today's
the
not
governor.
the day for that.
No.
Yeah, Bart, I mean,
It's
told us we
Perfect
were
Thursday.
doomed. I mean, what do you
Perfect
want?
Thursday.
He's broken down the entire
I don't know
world of college
what
sports.
would Doug like to have happen? Call the show, Doug. Sterling's in Center Ridge. Sterling, good morning. 7:09. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Halloween. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, Bo, Chuck, Bart,
Sterling.
Edward. Hope y'all having a great day.
Attaboy. It's good to be able to have a conversation with you. Yesterday, we couldn't communicate with you. It was like somebody had recorded your voice, put it in AI, and sent it to us.
Well, I don't know what's going on. in
But
my
you sound
headset.
great right now. You've never sounded better.
Thank you. I was going to talk a little bit about what happened last night in the world of sports. There's a reason why Belichick mumbles at press conferences and interviews. There's a reason why Brady and Jeter, they do a whole lot of talking but don't tell you much. Blake Snell spent the whole time since his last start talking about how he got to control the fastball. The fastball got to be inside. Got to throw the fastball strikes. Fastball. And the first two bats jumped on that fastball, that first pitch fastball, like a Christmas turkey. I mean, they I mean, it was ridiculous. It's like, I mean, he told them all week.
Did you have money on the Dodgers last night, Sterling?
No, I had Toronto.
Okay, all right. You sounded a little bitter. You sounded bitter.
I won money last night.
No, I mean, and actually, that was a misrepresentation. I mean, I asked Bart for more picks. I was hoping we didn't have the same games. I was wanting extra to make the parlay bigger.
Yeah, about that. Sterling, are you?
I do quite well myself.
We got a question. We discussed this yesterday after you left. Are you taking Bart's picks and then going on other shows and running them out as your own?
No, I do more than 3 games. I do more than 3 games, my friend.
Oh.
Are you wanting to replace Bart?
No.
On this show?
No. I guess
he wants more info from Bart. He wants all the information he can get. Is that what you're saying, Sterling?
There you go, Chuck. I'm not Jerry Jones. I just want to win. I don't have to win a certain way. I just want to win. And if I can change 6-teamers into 9-teamers, that's a lot of money. You know, if you give me some games I ain't thinking about that I'm not looking at, you know, I like to get information from all sorts of people that's good at this. You know, I take everybody's best games.
He thinks you're good at this, Bart.
Well, I appreciate
That's
that.
what Bart heard.
Yeah. A lot of people think Bart's good at
Of
this.
all the things Sterling said, what Bart heard was good at this.
Sterling, we got to run. You got anything else? We got to hit a break. But I don't want to cut you short. So if you have some wisdom, let us have it.
Oh, and no wisdom, but Austin Reeves, he's going off. 51 Sunday, 41
Arkansas
41
kid.
Monday, and 28 and 16 yesterday, and the game winner.
He's rolling right now. He is. You're right.
Yes, sir.
He is.
Thanks, Sterling.
Have a great day.
You too. Whether it's Halloween or Saturday or any night, it's a great time to go to walk-ons. There's games on every night. Great food. Dinner for the whole family. You're not going to find a bad thing on the menu at walk-ons. They've got some fun things like the grown-up grilled cheese. You know,
grown-up.
Go all the way on the other side to the mango tuna salad, the ahi tuna.
Everything they do
Fantastic
there's good.
burgers,
I mean, it really is.
Cajun Diaz. And while you're there, ask about Flight by Yingling. It's on draft. How many calories, Bart? 95.
95
I was
calories.
going to say
Wow,
90.
really?
I was going to
Really?
say 90.
Really? Surely you knew that.
95 calories.
Yingling tastes like a Yingling, but it's a light beer brewed from America's oldest brewery. The next generation of light beer, right here. Flight by Yingling.
They're all crazy. And I don't mean that in a critical way. We got issues in this room. I'm going to be truthful about that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
That's special.
Coach, we'll get you out of here with this. Can you describe Muscle Beach?
Well, there's a lot of talent out here. There's a couple 5 stars. And one of my favorite activities is evaluating talent.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We're going to hear from Petrino on the radio show live from the Catfish Hole last night that Chuck hosted. It's 7:18. Good morning. Before we do that, since Edward played that Orgeron clip coming out of the break, the governor of Louisiana came out and basically cut his athletic director in half in front of the media, in front of the world, and said he won't be making the next hire at LSU. He's been pathetic with his hiring practices. Basically called him a moron in front of the world. And so now if you're looking at the LSU job and you're a head coach, I mean, it becomes a really shaky situation. Like, what am I walking into? If I leave the good job I currently have to go coach at LSU, which I think gives me a better chance to win a national championship, I think you really hurt their chances with their candidates. But we'll see. Meanwhile, Ed Orgeron was asked if he would be interested in going back there.
Do you want to be the next LSU head coach?
Oh, I'd love to. You kidding me? I'm one phone call away. I just gotta get in my truck. I'll be back. I could be there today.
Would you be willing? And I'm being very specific on this. If someone specifically became the head coach, would you be willing to be his assistant? And that someone is someone you've been close with and worked with, Lane Kiffin. Would you ever go back to be an assistant at LSU?
Yeah, I'd consider it. I love LSU. I still got my home in Baton Rouge. I love when I coached with Coach Miles, being the defensive line coach. I love the Tigers, and I'm getting back to coaching for sure. I consider it, no doubt.
Ed-O.
I mean, you could play the governor, Bobby Boucher, and Ed-O back to back to back, and it's obvious who should be the coach of LSU. It's Ed Orgeron. He's
the
their
first
coach.
question is absolutely correct. We are not going down a failed path. And I wanted to tell you something. This is a pattern. The guy that's here now that wrote that contract cost Texas A&M $70-something million. Right now we got to.
Of course, Ed-O should be their coach.
Marcus Freeman
He's the
sounds
only
like a
one that
great
understands. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be Marcus Freeman, Bart.
Yeah, he sounds like a perfect fit.
Yeah,
Zero
Bart,
chance. Less than zero chance. Negative chance.
Wow. You sound pretty certain he's not going there.
Marcus Freeman will not be the next head coach at LSU.
Okay.
Here's
Here's
first of
what
all,
I
he's
want.
too smart to go to LSU.
I want you to do us all a favor.
Okay.
I want you to go ahead and make your list. Just place the coaches. You're Jimmy Sexton. You place the coaches.
Who do we get this
and
time?
like how you think it's going to end up. Okay. And I want you to just tell us, and let's just see how many of them you get right.
Okay.
Like pick all the jobs. All the jobs that are available now.
Will I be able to update this as more jobs come open? Because that changes the situation.
Yeah.
Like if Auburn opens up, that changes
I
the
think
situation.
that's more interesting now than the actual top 25. We can move away from that because we got the rankings coming out soon. That's become whatever. So let's just replace the actual top 25 that you come up with.
My rankings are going to be
where
better than
coaches
the
are
committees.
going. Well, if we need,
You're the puppet master.
If
my
we need
rankings
an
will be
update,
better than the committees.
We'll take your update if we need it. But I'm just saying, from a segment standpoint, can we count on every week that you just tell us who's filling these vacancies?
Yeah.
James
Sure.
Franklin's here. Eli Drinkowitz is there. This guy comes to Missouri.
Do I have to then, like, if I remove a coach from one school to take another job, do I then have to fill that
Look,
job?
we don't need to get into the weeds on like who's going to replace Sumrall at Tulane.
Yeah, we don't care
But like
about
the
that.
big jobs, like if Missouri, the Power Four
if
jobs,
Missouri comes open because Drink goes
to
somewhere,
Florida, then who comes to Missouri?
goes to Missouri?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I want all that's what we
All right.
want. That's what the people want.
That's the puzzle.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the
All right.
puzzle.
That's what
All
the
right.
people want. Meanwhile, Bobby
Ryan
Petrino.
Silverfield to Missouri, by the way.
You think so? Ryan Silverfield?
If Drink goes to Florida or somewhere else, I bet Silverfield's
You've
the
been
guy
thinking
there.
about
If
it a lot.
I've been thinking about all this.
If Petrino is not the guy, who comes to
Constantly.
Arkansas? If Petrino's not the guy, who is your odds-on favorite to be the head coach at Arkansas today?
Who I think it should be, or who I think
you
it's
think
going
it's
to
going
be?
to be? Well, you can give me both if you got two answers.
I think that it's going to be. I think the next head coach at Arkansas will be somebody we're not even thinking about today.
That was helpful.
That really narrows it down.
No, I just mean, and I mentioned this. I mentioned this the other day.
Yeah.
You guys are just killing me today.
That's not killing you. That's what do you mean?
No, well, I mentioned this the other day. I think like there's a name out there that nobody is thinking of in connection to the Razorback job. I don't know who that person is.
We've said a lot of names.
But,
I mean, we've thrown a lot of names out there.
Nobody thought John Calipari was going to be the basketball coach
But we
at
knew
Arkansas.
who he was.
Nobody thought Brett Bielema was going to be the football coach
I'll give
at
you that
Arkansas.
one.
So, my point is, I think there's probably somebody out there who's on Hunter Yurichek's list who we're not even thinking of. We're not even remotely
Like Eric
considering.
Musselman.
Like
Dana Holgerson.
A guy, probably not Dana. Probably not that.
Dana Holgerson.
Probably.
That was good.
Probably not him.
Oh, I had to pull one out.
I think he's entrenched
in the
there in
bag
Nebraska now.
By the way, Matt Rule, did you say Matt Rule just re-upped at Nebraska? Is that what you
that's
said?
right. Yeah.
Like, it would not shock me if somebody like a Kenny Dillingham, for example, I'm just pulling a name out of a hat, was interested in the Arkansas job.
Bart
And
Pullman
here's-
reports Kenny Dillingham to Arkansas.
Here's the here's the bigger point.
That's what they're saying down in Arkansas.
And I don't want you to get caught up on the name or anything
All right.
like that.
All right.
Wouldn't think of it.
But take somebody like a Lincoln Riley, okay, who went to Southern Cal while USC was in the Pac-12. He goes to Southern Cal expecting that he's just going to run that league for the next decade or however long, and likely would have. I think Lincoln Riley's a really good coach, regardless of how things have gone there. Then USC goes into the Big Ten and everything changes. That is an awful football job now.
Lincoln Riley.
They
I'm
have
caught up on the name, but Lincoln Riley.
It's
Lincoln
the same
Riley's
thing.
coming here?
It's the same thing that happened when Nebraska left the Big 12 to go to the Big 10. It ruined that football program.
Hey.
I think that's what's happened at USC. It would not shock me to see somebody like Lincoln Riley looking for a way out. I'm not saying he would come to Arkansas, but could Lincoln Riley end up being the guy at an LSU or Florida and nobody's thinking about it?
It's a good point about any of those Big Ten coaches who are tired of traveling coast to coast to play games that might not otherwise leave. That's a good point. Hey, Bobby Petrino is just trying to win a game on Saturday.
That's just win
Arkansas is
Saturday.
trying to Ross Dellinger's coming up, but I want to play a clip from Petrino about how the team's been responding since the loss to Auburn.
They're tough young men. You know, I'm very proud of them. They've had great attitudes. We're working hard. Our attention to detail has been good. Offense is practicing with a little chip on their shoulder, knowing that we left one out there and we got to get ready and go have a great game. So I've been very proud of the way we worked.
He's also talked specifically about the way they've practiced.
Yeah, no question about it. I feel like this has been our best 2 days of practice in the weeks that we've had, just with the focus and the intensity and the fact that we feel like we've got something to prove. So I've been very, very pleased with them. I told them last night that they're tough young men. And, what they've been able to go through and continue to work hard, stick together, and be good teammates is going to help them in life after football. When they're done playing football and it's for real, they'll know how to handle adversity and how to be tough when things aren't going your way.
So will things be different on Saturday? That was last night, Razorback Sports Network, Razorback Football Live at the Catfish Hole with Bobby Petrino. Ross Dellinger joins us next at 7:27. He's all up in this LSU situation. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because we don't want
wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time Hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Truck Month is here at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, and the savings are big. Get up to $12,000 off new Silverados, up to $8,000 off Chevy 2500s, and up to $5,000 off Chevy Colorado. That's real money back in your pocket. Plus more inventory, more discounts, and better service than anywhere else in Northwest Arkansas. Stop by today and see Chris, Mark, and Denver at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
You know what else makes you an Arkansas Razorback fan? Going to the University of Arkansas. How about playing football for the team?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The first question is absolutely correct. We are not going down a failed path. And I wanted to tell you something. I can tell you right now, Scott will not select any next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it.
we just admit that a lot of these national college football media guys just have no earthly idea what they're talking about? All this stuff that you hear, it doesn't mean anything. It means absolutely nothing. Less now than ever before, I think. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to this show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it.
That's the governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry, talking about the LSU athletic director. College football is wild. We're running out of adjectives for what's happening in college football. Here to help us with that, Ross Dellinger, covering it for Yahoo Sports, and he appears all over the place. Follow him on Twitter. He has deep roots in Louisiana. Ross, I think you started your career in Louisiana, right, as a writer?
I did, yeah. Well, sort of. I certainly that was my last beat writing job before I went to the national realm with Sports Illustrated. I covered LSU football and baseball for several years down in Baton Rouge. So I'm from down there originally as well.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us today, man. I've been kind of keeping up with your reporting here. Let's just zoom out for a second before we dive into LSU. How would you describe what's happening in college football right now?
It's nuts, I would say. It is as crazy as I've seen it from a spending standpoint, from a patient standpoint when you look at coaching decisions. We're not even to November yet, and if LSU does eventually agree to pay the full Brian Kelly buyout, we've had 10 coaches fired at a cost of nearly $170 million, which is $30+ million more than the record that was set a couple years ago, and we will have plenty more firings to go. So it is unprecedented what we are seeing transpire. And I think the ordeal in Louisiana speaks to that as well.
Does anything that's happening down there right now surprise you, given your background there? I mean, what's your shock level on the governor getting involved in this?
Yeah, I will say I'm not shocked the governor is involved. Even for Louisiana, in the long, sordid history of the relationship between LSU football and Louisiana politics, which goes back years and years. Even for that, though, what happened Wednesday at the news conference with the governor was something altogether insane, even for that place. I've never quite seen anything like that, and I'm not sure we will see anything like it again. But it was pretty wild to have a sitting governor completely emasculate the state's top athletic administrator at the flagship school, and trash him and the contract that he wrote for the football coach that was fired. It was something to behold.
Now, do you think this is a sideshow, or what kind of long-term effect do you think this is going to have in hiring a football coach? Because at the end of the day, that's what LSU fans, I think, are most concerned about, is who the new football coach is going to be. How does this affect that?
Well, I think that it probably impacts it negatively. I can't see any positive from the governor of the state being so involved in potentially putting at, certainly it seems, in jeopardy the future employment of the athletic director as well, I would say. I got calls from a few sports agents yesterday who represent a lot of football coaches, and they were, I would say, aghast at the things unfolding in Baton Rouge yesterday. I don't think any coach, in a time where maybe more than ever you need alignment from the university president or chancellor to the athletic director to board members. When you need that alignment, clearly right now at LSU, they are not aligned.
What happened, just real quick, because the story's evolved now, but you wrote about the inner workings of what happened with the Brian Kelly firing, and like the offering plate was getting passed in the skyboxes at the game to get him fired.
Yeah, it's unfortunately for LSU, it's not the first time that that happened. When I was down there covering the team, Les Miles, this happened as well during the sweeps at Tiger Stadium during one of Les Miles' bad games in 2015, where they were, and in 2016 where they had ultimately fired him. So yeah, what happened Sunday was pretty wild. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there, but there was a meeting between Scott Woodward, the athletic director at LSU, on Sunday around noon Central Time there in Baton Rouge, where he fired Brian Kelly. There's nothing Brian Kelly, could have done to not get fired, to save his job. There was no talk of firing an assistant to save his job or a coordinator. He was getting fired, but that's when things got really interesting. Is when then the board and supervisors down there that controls a lot of the big decisions sort of learned of this, and probably learned of it earlier that morning from Scott Woodward, but then the Louisiana governor learned of it and learned of the $53 million tab that the school would be on the hook to pay. So before a decision was even announced or finalized in Brian Kelly's firing, the governor held a gathering at the Louisiana governor's mansion, which, by the way, did not include Scott Woodward, but included donors and board members and some other athletic officials to sort of finalize the firing and figure out how they're going to pay the buyout. And they ended up coming to an agreement that they will continue, at least for now, paying Brian Kelly, but they have not agreed long-term to pay the full buyout. And so that's still under negotiation.
Yeah. It's just wild times. Ross Dellinger with us, covering college football for Yahoo Sports and On3. I want to ask you about some other things beyond LSU. I know you probably don't get asked this question every day, but if I were to ask you or somebody were to walk up to you and they said, hey, I'm an Arkansas fan, what do you think is going to happen there? What do you think should happen there? Give me your 30 seconds on Arkansas Razorback football.
Yeah, well, Arkansas finds itself in a coaching carousel that's probably historically the busiest we've ever seen. And so that's a problem when you probably in the pecking order, you're going to be behind 4 or 5 different schools. Already Florida's open, LSU, Penn State, Auburn will potentially open, Florida State will potentially open. So it's a little bit of a slim pickings, but look, you're an SEC program where several coaches, Bobby Petrino, Houston Nutt, have shown recently you can win there. You should get a good coach.
Do you think Petrino could do it again?
He might be able to. I'm not sure based on the lack of success this year, wins and losses, that he'll get the chance to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they finish the season with 4 games left. All right, now the other part of this is who's going to end up where? We're kidding around with our producer, Bart, just like pick it, right? Like just place coaches at jobs. Do you have any sense James Franklin's going to be at this place or that place? Lane Kiffin's going to be at this place or that place? Drink. I mean, this is like a whole other sport watching this unfold. The coaching
Yeah,
searches.
it is. It's like musical chairs, sort of. I think what you're going to see is, well, you mentioned James Franklin, and there's a lot of sort of buzz around him and the Virginia Tech job. But look, if you're James Franklin, you'd wait a little bit. There's more jobs going to open, and there's probably interest at more of those places. So I would guess he's going to wait on any decision But it's going to, what you're going to have, too, is if you have 5 or 6 sort of blue blood, maybe programs open, jobs open, which, again, would be Florida, Penn State, LSU. You already got 3. Florida State, Auburn might open. Shoot, maybe based on the report last week, would Steve Sarkisian end up in the NFL? Could you have that open? I mean, you could have 5 or 6 or 7 blue blood programs open, and those schools are going to go get usually a sitting power conference coach, and that's going to create more dominoes. And so you could be looking at a situation where you have at least 15, maybe 20 power conference head coaches turnover.
Odds-on favorite for LSU? You have a couple candidates?
Well, I think the odds-on favorite for any of the blue bloods, especially Florida and LSU, is Lane Kiffin, the guy at Ole Miss. He seems to be front and center to a lot of the interest level. The big question there is, will schools? Well, 1, will Lane leave? And 2, will schools wait for Ole Miss to compete in the college football playoff?
That's the question
That's a
on
big
Kiffin
one.
is the
Yeah.
timing deal. Because, I mean, are you going to abandon your team in the playoffs?
No. Gosh, no. No, nobody's doing that.
You wouldn't think so. I think the biggest question is, will schools just wait for that to happen?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can get your guy, maybe it's worth it. Hey, Ross, always great stuff. Here you go. Politics and sports colliding again, as it does in your marriage, with your wife being a White House correspondent. But thanks for hopping on with us, man. We appreciate the time as always, and the best wishes to you guys.
Thank you, Ross.
Yeah, no problem. Good to be on.
Thanks, man. Ross Dellinger, 7:44 on a Thursday morning, and this is just like you wake up every day and you kind of wonder what's happening next in college. What are we going to find out today?
And you know it's going to be good. I mean, that's the thing right now. You just know it's going to be good. It's going to be juicy.
What's going to be coming. Hey, we're brought to you in part by Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork. Go to teamworkbuilt.com. You'll find out all about what they offer. But no matter how difficult the job, they got a certified crew for it. And it doesn't matter whether we're talking shingles, flat roofs, metal roofs. They use only the best materials and only the best crews to ensure the job's done right the first time, and it's a lasting job. And then when they leave, it's going to be an immaculate job site. You're dealing with great people who will communicate with you throughout the process and come in on time and on budget and get exactly done what they told you they would do. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
I could be mistaken, but I did read it.
It's pretty even.
It could have been incorrect, but I did read it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
The Razorback Raffle is back. This raffle is a new and exciting way to support Razorback athletics, whether you're inside Razorback Stadium or calling the Hogs anywhere in the great state of Arkansas. Our inaugural raffle jackpots grew to nearly $500,000 last spring. Now you can be our next big winner, even if you're not in the stadium. Get your raffle ticket purchased to have a chance to win big right now at RazorbackRaffle.com.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You enjoy fake AI generated stories.
I do.
And getting scammed on the internet.
I do.
Facebook is for you.
That's what I like. That's what I want.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
7:51. What to watch? Brought to you by Macadoodles. What are we watching? The World Series. We had Game 5 last night.
Travel day today.
We've got the travel.
There's
day.
there's some football for you
Gotta
tonight.
go to Canada.
Yeah, heading to Canada.
There's some football for you
passports
tonight.
out.
College and NFL game. The Ravens are at the Dolphins. That's
Tonight.
at 7:15
Yeah, it's
on
Thursday.
Prime. Lamar Jackson making his return to the Ravens after being out for several weeks. Also have some college football tonight. Marshall is at Coastal Carolina at 6:30 on ESPN2. And then on the mothership, Tulane at Texas San Antonio, the Roadrunners. Meep.
John Sumrall.
John
Sumrall, Jeff Traylor.
Hot name.
Two guys who might be in Power 4 jobs next year.
Bart's got a name he's circling, he's zeroed in on as
Bart
a
is the
potential
puppet master.
Leading candidate, if it's not Petrino, for Arkansas.
Well, I just going Okay.
Well, we'll come back to
Okay,
it.
we'll come back to
But
it. All
I'm
right.
just teasing.
Yeah, okay.
I want people to know that
All
you're
right.
going to give them a name and that you
I'm
have-
reading tea leaves.
Yeah, and when Bart reads tea leaves,
It's been incredible to
makes
watch.
you want to
over
go to
there.
a
He's got
psychic.
He's got incense burning over there. It's unbelievable, really.
Prayer circle.
Yeah. We got a Ouija board out.
You can't get any of that at
That's tomorrow.
Macadoodles.
Oh, okay. All right.
You can get just about anything else at Macadoodles when it comes to planning your next party. The best assortment of beer, wine, spirits. Wednesdays is Wine Down Wednesday. They got a great selection of wine, and every Wednesday it's 15% off every bottle in the store, even if it's already on sale. If you follow Macadoodles on Facebook, they've got a bunch of cocktail suggestions there for something fun at your Halloween party, and they'll do that for the holidays. Follow them on Facebook because you'll see upcoming events like a big charity Zoom auction they're going to have later in November with bourbons that are so rare you're not going to find them anywhere. And so if you're a bourbon collector, that's your sort of thing, you get some opportunities there you won't get anywhere else. But if you go in the store, they've got an amazing allocated section, an amazing bourbon section, really any selection, whether it's spirits, wine, beer, craft beer. And beyond that, it's their customer service that is the thing that keeps people coming back to Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, just north of the state line. Also in West Siloam Springs now. And, of course, you can go to Guess Who in Bentonville. All the same service, all the same experience that you get at Macadoodles north of the state line. Macadoodles, where every experience is a great one. Who's your guy, Bart?
Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State.
Kenny Dillingham.
Just keep.
Now, why?
Just
From the Gus Malzahn tree of coaching.
That's it?
So no, well he spent a few years at Memphis under Mike Norvell, was rated as the #1 recruiter in the country while he was there. Left Memphis to go work for Gus at Auburn. Left Auburn to go work for Norvell at Florida State. Left Florida State to go work for Dan Lanning at Oregon. He's a guy who's been in the SEC, been around guys who know the SEC, been around a guy who knows this state, and might, look, I know they made the playoff last year.
He knows
at
people
Arizona
from Arkansas,
State.
is what you're saying.
I know they made the playoff last year. That's still a really tough place to win. It's his alma mater. Maybe he looks to get to the SEC. Maybe that's an Arkansas or an Auburn.
They struggle with resources there. He's
They
going to
do.
need to know that he's got resources
That's right.
here, as is anybody.
That's right.
That's
I
going to take
would not
this
be
job.
surprised if he's
Can he
in
get
the
'em?
SEC next year.
Yeah, that's
somewhere.
That's fair. It might be at Auburn.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Might be in Auburn, but keep it. He might be the guy who nobody's thinking of.
What a soap opera. And we love it.
Oh, I mean, it's hey, just throw a name out there. Yeah, that sounds good.
This was like watching the OJ trial back in the day. We're like, well, what's going to happen today? Have a great one. When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit gopaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Need help growing your brand with strategy and creativity? At Vanquish Marketing, the mission is simple. Help businesses grow with clarity, kindness, and excellence. They don't just run ads or manage campaigns. They come alongside brands as a true partner. By creating data-driven marketing funnels and building strategies that scale, they equip their clients for long-term success. Guided by their core values, they know growth is about more than transactions. It's about people. Visit vanquish.marketing to jumpstart your brand today.
Chris in Fayetteville, you're on the news, weather, information station.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, we're full service, baby.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I left the show a few minutes early yesterday, and I should do that more often.
Took off.
Because I get to go evaluate our talent.
Yeah.
I know you're really, really good.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's told you this. You can really host a show.
Well, so can you.
Yeah, I mean, I just need to get
We're
the
better
hell out of the way
together.
sometimes.
We're better together.
But that's
There's
wow,
no doubt
isn't that
about
sweet?
that, yeah.
Did you hear? Mark it down, put it down. Chuck was sweet.
Well,
on National High Five Day, it took about 5 minutes, and he was in.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Bo left. He said, I can't take this anymore.
Gone.
I'm out of here.
Gone.
You guys are insane. I'm done. So it's just us for the remainder of the program until 9 o'clock. Bart finds himself on the Kenny Dillingham train.
Yeah, well.
As we begin the final hour of the show today. That's his new guy. Now, was this your guy at 6 o'clock, or is this just something like during the course of the show you thought, I think I'll throw Kenny Dillingham's name out there?
He's been kind of in the back of my mind throughout this process, and just kind of as a guy to keep an eye on. I think he's probably really comfortable where he is right now. You know, he's an Arizona native. He went to high school in Arizona. He started his coaching career as a high school coach in Arizona. He went to Arizona State, but
you don't really know.
I think that's a really difficult place to win with limited resources. I know they went to the playoff last year, and he's a guy who I would think will be coaching in the SEC sooner rather than later. I think he's a really good coach. Is that at Auburn? Could it be at Arkansas? Could it be somewhere else? I think he is a guy to watch this coaching cycle who nobody is thinking about.
I agree.
That he could
Nobody's thinking about.
possibly leave Arizona State, but we're going to see some weird things happen here. We're going to see some weird stuff.
Why would, seriously, why would someone like Kenny Dillingham in a conference that is much more conducive to getting into the playoffs than the SEC? My point is, Kenny Dillingham at a place like Arizona State, it doesn't take much to get to the upper half of that conference. It's not to say it happens automatically, but it doesn't take as much as cracking the glass ceiling in the SEC. Kenny Dillingham, I don't think, is going to get hired at a place like LSU or Florida. I don't think that. It could happen, but I don't think so. My point is somebody like Kenny Dillingham is going to have to take a job at a place like Arkansas.
Right.
Or like an Auburn, or one of the schools that's trying to break that glass ceiling. Why would they come to an SEC school to try to do it when they've already done it at a place that'll get them into the playoff?
I think because that was kind of a one-hit wonder sort of year at Arizona State.
You might be right. I don't know.
And that has nothing to do with his coaching ability. I think just everything fell into place for them that year, which, by the way, that's what's happened at Arkansas, is things fall into place for the Razorbacks to have a good year. I think that he's a really good coach. I think it's really hard to win at Arizona State, and I think he's already done the best that he can do there.
All right, let's get the puppet strings out. We're going to have special music for this as we go along, because I think we're already seeing, we're going to revisit this every day. But let's get the puppet strings out and figure out who's going where.
Okay.
Who's going to be the coach at LSU? I think you're ready to make a projection there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, just kind of an out of the box, again, something nobody's thinking of. LSU's going to make a big swing. Lincoln Riley is going to leave USC to be LSU's next head coach. He's not going to be able to turn down the money. He's going to finally learn how to cook food properly and not burn a brisket all the time. Lincoln Riley to LSU.
All right, I'm not even going to ask about who's going to replace him at USC, because I don't know that concerns us in our part of the world.
I think that's going to be a tough hire for them.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right, who's going to take the Florida job?
Eli Drinkwitz is going to leave Missouri and take the Florida job.
You don't think Kiffin's going to go?
I do not.
You think Kiffin's staying put?
I think Lane Kiffin is staying put unless an Alabama or a Georgia comes open.
Because I suspect LSU is willing to make whoever they hire the highest paid coach in college football. I don't know if Florida goes that far, but I bet they're not I bet they're not that far away, and it's more than he's making at Ole Miss.
I think Kiffin is more calculated than people give him credit for, and I think he understands the situation he's in now. I think if he leaves Ole Miss, it's going to be for a place that's a really good fit for him. I do not see that place as an LSU or a Florida. I could see that being in Alabama, but I mean, Alabama's not going to come open anytime soon. I could see that.
Unless they lose to Auburn.
Now here's the one, Texas. I could see Lane Kiffin going to Texas.
If Sark goes to the NFL.
Yeah, if Sark were to leave.
Who goes to Missouri? When Drinkwitz goes to Florida.
My gut would say Ryan Silverfield.
You think he's the one?
That's his spot.
So Norvell go back to Memphis after he gets fired at Florida State?
I think
it's all coming together.
I think
it's all coming together when you get that spreadsheet out.
I think Norvell or Justin Fuente will be the next guy at Oklahoma State. Will be the next guy at Oklahoma State. And if that's Norvell there, I would expect Fuente then to be the guy at Memphis, go back to Memphis and replace Ryan.
How many SEC jobs are going to be open? Auburn, I'm assuming, is going to make a switch. Who goes to Auburn?
Well, that might be a Kenny Dillingham situation right there. I mean,
what about that guy at Tulane?
But John Summerall is going to be somewhere. He's going to be at a Power 4 job. That might be Kentucky.
Where does Stoops go?
Well, Stoops might be riding off.
Who's going to Virginia Tech?
James Franklin.
James Franklin. He's not coming back to the SEC. He's not going to be our coach?
I don't think so. I'm not going to rule anything out, but I don't think so.
Here's the thing, seriously. When
it's
schools,
a silly exercise.
Well,
but it's
yeah,
fun.
but
it's
still
fun. And it gives you an idea of what all is going to happen,
the thing that's going on right now, and Ross Dellinger said this a little bit earlier, and each time we have one of these national guys on, the number increases and the number of Power 4 jobs that are going to be open. I mean, how many did you say we're open right now already? What
Power 4 jobs?
We're up to 15, 10 to 15, something like that? Maybe
there are 8 Power 4 jobs open,
and there will be more.
There will be many more.
I don't know where Arkansas is in the pecking order right now, but here's my point. When you think about all the jobs that are open right now and all the jobs that may come open, there's this idea that if you just fire somebody mid-season, you can get ahead of the game. Get ahead of what?
Yeah, there's
These guys aren't making any decisions right now. If I'm a big-name coach, if I'm any coach that I know people are going to come after me at the end of the year. My agent tells me, hey, we got feelers out there. People are interested in you. Why would you even come close to making a decision right now? You hold all the cards. And that's why I say when basically the cliche of, well, you can get ahead of the game, that's just – you just say that to justify firing a guy in the middle of the season.
That's right.
I mean, you're mad. You're ready to fire the guy. Well, we can get ahead of the game. You're really not getting ahead of anything. You're just putting yourself in a situation where people are going to speculate for a couple of months. Now, look, we're in the talk radio business. 2 months of speculation, that's right up our alley. I'm all for it.
We love it.
But I just think we have to be honest and point out that there's really not that much advantage, if any, gained by firing a guy early. Here's what happens, what we've seen here, a whole slew of decommitments. That's what happens.
Yeah. You're just trying to salvage any sort of.
You're trying to make yourself feel better for firing a guy in the middle of the season and justifying it.
Maybe you get to a bowl. Maybe you're able to turn things around, get to a bowl game, and get those extra practices.
That's not really working. How's that working out? I guess is what I'm trying to say. But there's still much more waiting involved in this. Much more waiting, not just for us, but for everybody else. as Dellinger said a little bit earlier. I don't know if it's Florida. I don't know if it's LSU, Penn State. I don't know which one starts the domino. But one of those schools is going to steal somebody's big-name coach, and then it's all going to break loose. But even if you're a free agent right now, even if you're a coach out there who does not have a job, you're not going to jump into anything right now because the pickings are going to be a whole lot better in about 3 or 4 weeks. And that's what their agents are saying. I guarantee you, nobody's jumping in right now because there's no reason to. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Matt Wyatt, former Mississippi State quarterback, the color analyst on their broadcast, hosts a daily show in Jackson. He knows the story, and we'll visit with him when we come back. 8:13. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. Yeah, what's your point?
You want my point?
Yes, I asked for it. Make it.
Point.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. It's a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag still undefeated when
I've been brain dead for 2 days.
Some people would argue much longer.
Well,
but I mean,
it's been
personal
noticeable.
standards.
It's been noticeable, really, the last couple of days.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, glad you're with us. 8:17 as we continue on the Chuck and Bo Show. Matt Wyatt, former Mississippi State quarterback, color analyst on the Bulldog Network, hosts a program in Jackson. We're going to talk to him coming up in just a few moments. 3 o'clock's the start time on Saturdays. The Razorbacks take on Mississippi State. By the way, you can follow the Chuck and Bo Show on demand. It's powered by Fayetteville Auto Park. And let me just say this about Fayetteville Auto Park. Over and over and over again in my lifetime, they have been there when, boy, I've needed to make a trade. Sometimes I've wanted to make a trade. Sometimes I've needed to. And they're always there. And it's always a great deal. And the service, when it's over, is always exactly what I would have dreamt of. And they've done this not just for me, but for everybody else. I drive a Silverado, and I love it. And they got a bunch of them on the lot right now, and you can save big money right now at Fayetteville Auto Park. But they've also got Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota, widest selection of pre-owned automobiles in Northwest Arkansas, and you can check it all out at FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Matt Wyatt, good morning. Welcome to the Chuck and Bo Show. Hope you're doing well.
Good morning, Chuck. Good morning, Bo. Hope y'all are doing well.
Well, you know, I was telling Bo a little bit earlier. Bo had to exit for a little bit, but I was telling Bo earlier that one of the great things about going to Starkville, and I know you guys are coming here this year, you guys have the best ice cream. And Matt Wyatt, I can remember one time, led me and Quinn. We were on an ice cream quest, and you always know where that is down there. So every time I hear the name Matt Wyatt, I think of ice cream in the press box in Starkville, Mississippi.
Heck yeah, man. I'm glad you think of that and not, some of the other things you could stick onto my reputation. So I'll take it.
Hey, let me ask you. I watched Mississippi State after we were done last Saturday, and for me it was kind of like their season. I watched part of it, and I think, man, they're turning a corner. He's going to get this thing turned around down there. And then the fourth quarter happens, and I guess that's just the process of learning how to win ball games. But kind of how have the Bulldogs responded this week?
Well, they responded pretty well. That's probably the thing that I come away with every week as impressed with as anything else, Chuck, is Levy and his staff and his team. Like there's a whole lot of buy-in, and every week, even though they've had these close calls, they wind it back up. We haven't seen a letdown. You haven't seen one of those. They like to use a baseball analogy where a guy strikes out and then he goes out in the field and makes an error. We haven't seen that. They wind it back up and get ready to go each week. So far, we'll see if they do it again this week. But they there's a pretty good chemistry there. But it really is getting tougher. I think it probably accumulates because this is like the third one. Overtime at home with Tennessee, on the road at Florida the previous week where you're trying to get down to the last play, and it comes down to the last play. And then overtime at home against Texas after having a big lead going into the fourth quarter. And it's just like we were talking this week, some of the fans compared it to Lucy snatching the football away just before Charlie Brown kicks it every time, and we even joked on my radio show, and we played the Charlie Brown music and said that'll be our fight song going forward until we win a ball game. That's just kind of how it feels. But the reality is I think they know they really are close. They're a pretty good football team. It's just they haven't been able to pull these things off in the SEC right at the end of these ball games, and in 2 overtime losses, it makes a huge difference in your win-loss record in your season. But I think they know they're pretty close.
We can say something pretty similar around here. In fact, a lot of the things you're saying are just said. I'm thinking, well, I've heard a lot of people around here say that too. You've played, you've been around this a long time. What's the difference there at the end for teams that win those games and teams that just can't quite pull it off?
I don't think it's just one thing. In my experience, too, and I played a long time ago, Chuck, but
I remember. See, that's the thing. I remember.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I was on teams back then under Coach Sherrill that we won a ton of games in the fourth quarter. we had a year where my senior year we were a 10-win team, beat Clemson in the Peach Bowl, and that year we had a bunch of games we won trailing going into the fourth quarter, right? So I've kind of been on the other side of it. And I think what it is one, there is an intangible thing, and it's like this belief, like, you know, teams that win, it just, the score on a scoreboard, it doesn't matter. That your mentality is, we're going to win the game. That's not the question. The question is just, you know, how and by how much. I don't care how much time's left. We're going to figure out a way. Sort of an undying belief. Well, to me, like when you're program building, that takes time to develop that. You don't just snap your fingers and get that sort of mentality across your football team. And that's hard to equate. But I think also you got to have great depth on the line of scrimmage. And, there's also an element of, from a game management standpoint, and that's mostly coaching staff, but it also involves quarterback. It is understanding how important all the little minute details are in game management, the tighter the clock gets at the end of the fourth quarter. And I hope that makes sense. It doesn't sound like coach speak. But when you're talking about, okay, we got a lead, we're a fast offense, but in this situation, we're not snapping the ball with 20 seconds on the play clock. Every chance we get to run off a few seconds, we're doing it. Little details like that. Whether we're going to try to get that first down at the end of the Florida game or center the ball and spike it and kick it. That way we are guaranteed to end the game on the kick, you know. So there's some game management stuff that they have left to be desired at the end of these games also.
What do you see when you watch Arkansas play?
Yeah. I think I love the quarterback, and I think that's easy to say. And, you know, you pair him with some of their talent on offense and a coordinator and a guy who can put an offense together like Petrino. Fact is, they can score on anybody. And I know it's been a little bit up and down, but that's what I see. And then, you know, I think this is just an you know, distant observation. And to be honest, Chuck, I'm not like, I have not seen every play of Arkansas.
I understand.
But what, to me, it's kind of from the beginning of the year, there's been a lack of fundamentals. And so you're talking about the difference in a team that somebody at the top has been cracking that whip since the first day of two-a-days, where the one thing that we are not lacking in is the fundamentals of alignment and footwork, tackling, positioning, how we play zone defense, spacing, gap responsibility defensively. You know, they run around and play hard a lot, but there has been a lot that's been, to me, looking at the tape, left to be desired. Just kind of fundamentally a lot of loose ends, if that makes sense. And I think that if you go in, you know this, if you go into SEC play, especially now, with things that aren't nailed down fundamentally in the base details of what you know, kind of base requirements, it will get exposed every week. And I think that's kind of what they run into.
Let's zoom out a minute and look at the conference as a whole. I mean, it's it's as wide open still as, and you can't talk about the league without talking about coaching changes and all the stuff that may happen. But I just kind of wonder your take on the conference right now. We'll start with on the field before we get to the off the field stuff.
Yeah, on the field, yeah, you're right. It's wide open. Georgia's really good. They're not as good as what you pictured Georgia 3-4 years ago. Bama's really good. They're beatable. Ole Miss's best win, hands down, it's not close. Their best win on their schedule was last week at Oklahoma. When you look at, you know, their previous schedule in the year, prior to that, they were getting a ton of credit for beating LSU. It turns out LSU's really not that good. And then what Ole Miss has left on their schedule, they have probably right there with Missouri the lightest schedule in the league overall. So Ole Miss got a great chance to get to the end of the year and maybe have one loss and go, man, your best win, not even close, was on the road at Oklahoma. It's kind of a weird thing there. So it is kind of wide open. And then you throw in there all this uncertainty and people getting fired and all these openings within the league. It just has, to me, you know, you look at it, it's hard to point to even A&M, it's hard to point and go, okay, there's a great team that's like inside track to the last game of the playoff. I don't know that there is one of those in the SEC.
What do you make of all this coaching stuff? I mean, the LSU deal is just, it's insane when you hear about the stuff that's gone on the last 24 hours, but it's not like they've cornered the market on being crazy. I mean, it's it's this way all over. What do you think about all this?
Yeah, well, you're right. I saw the LSU thing, and then one of my thoughts, I don't know how you felt about it, Chuck, but I'm going, okay, what prospective football coach out there wants to go to LSU and with the idea that, really I'm going to be answering to the governor? You know what I mean? Like, who wants to – I don't know that was the best look going into a coaching search and that sort of thing. But anyway, overall, Chuck, this is just a new era altogether. And I saw, like, Coach Saban the other day. I don't watch the game day stuff. A lot of times I don't get to, but my wife does. And I came back from Saturday morning from running an errand before I went to the stadium, and she said, hey, I want you to see this. I paused it. And she hit play, and it was Coach Saban on game day with a couple of the others, and they were lamenting sort of this era of you're taking money from donors and boosters now for specific things like we need this quarterback, we need that lineman, and we need to pay this coach off or whatever, and lamenting the idea that you're taking that money and that those donors and boosters outside your locker room now want to have a major say in your decision making, and that they felt like that had a lot to do with some of these dismissals and these firings and that kind of thing. And I thought, well, maybe that's true, but I walked away thinking, Chuck, yeah, but in what world can you go to someone and say, I need you to write me a $2 million check or a $3 million check or a $5 million check for this specific group of players or player or coach, and then turn around and tell that check writer, no, you stay out of the room. Like, I mean, in what world did we decide in college athletics that we get to have our cake and eat it too? Okay, so maybe it is a problem that outside of ADs and administrations, there's major supporters of programs that are involved in your decision-making and quick trigger. Yeah, but you took their money. You begged them for it. And, oh, by the way, you're fixing to turn around and beg them for more. I don't know that you necessarily have the right to tell them to stay out.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, okay, so, it's like it's one of those. And then the other thing is I wonder going forward, Chuck, these massive buyouts, these really lengthy contracts and all these extensions, our department's going to wise up and start to shy away from that. When you're going to stroke a $20 million revenue share check, you are raising tons of money to fund your roster of players. And if you want to win, you better do that. And this whole stuff of the $10 million coach with a 10-year contract and a $60 million buyout, make any sense. I don't care how good a coach he supposedly is.
I don't want that good.
I wonder if those kinds of things don't start to go away just a little bit over time, because fiscally, it doesn't make sense anymore. And, to note, like you look at the state of Mississippi, there's a law here that those state employees at institutions, the maximum length of their contract in the state is 4 years. And up until now, the administrators at schools always kind of complained about that. They said it hurt their chances in negotiating with coaches sometimes and keeping them, retaining them, or getting them to come there in the first place. But now I think it's switched, and they're glad they have it. I think they're glad that there's a 4-year limit.
Matt Wyatt, former quarterback, Mississippi State, host of the Matt Wyatt Show, and Jackson, color analyst on Mississippi State's Learfield broadcast. I got to ask you before we get you out of here, what's Kiffin going to do? What are they saying in Mississippi? I know you guys are talking about it.
Yeah, we are. Chuck, here everyone is saying that he's staying. And, of course, the Ole Miss fans are. But I think even a lot of other people here are going, man, like he can stay there, make sort of generational type money there because they have it, and they certainly are Ole Miss is one of those places where, they're in a spot where they were willing to spend anything right now for a little relevance after the last 3 to 4 decades that they've had. And you can stay there. If you win 8 or 9 games, they're not going to fire you for that. They'll give you another shot next year. And they've got some people really hungry who will give you money to go buy players. Whereas if you go to Florida, you win 9 games often enough, they will fire you. You go to LSU and you don't win a national championship in 2 or 3 years, they'll be asking for you to leave. So I don't know that he's going to move. I really don't. The more I try to read the tea leaves, the more I feel like he's probably going to stay there. Is that the answer you wanted to hear?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to envision someone turning down the Florida job. By the same token, he's got it rolling there right now with no signs that anybody's going to get in his way. I mean, he can do whatever he wants at Ole Miss, and there's not going to be any pushback from anybody. Right. I don't know that it would always be that way at Florida. I don't know. I do know.
I agree with that.
I do know if you guys beat the Rebels at the end of the year, though, everything's okay in Starkville. I do know that.
You're exactly right about that, buddy. It's like, there's always that last game, and historically anything can happen. It does.
It
Weird
can.
And, State mess around and win that one, and everybody will have a Merry Christmas for sure.
Matt Wyatt, thank you. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Safe travels.
Thanks, Chuck.
All right. Matt Wyatt, that was good. I enjoyed that. We're past time for a break, though. 8:34. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Truck Month is here at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, and the savings are big. Get up to $12,000 off new Silverados, up to $8,000 off Chevy 2500s, and up to $5,000 off Chevy Colorado. That's real money back in your pocket. Plus more inventory, more discounts, and better service than anywhere else in Northwest Arkansas. Stop by today and see Chris Mark in Denver at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Particularly in the South, I'm not sure there's a title that carries more weight than coach. Maybe preacher.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You need to run that tape back for me, because that didn't happen. Don't come at me with that crap.
Don't come at me.
Yeah.
Not up in here.
Yeah. You must have your shows mixed up. That didn't happen here, pal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I was just reading all the names on Mississippi State's coaching staff. You know, you get these notes at the start of the week, and, you know,
There's
it has
some good
all
ones
the
in
info. And I was just reading the names on their coaching staff. Mike McIntyre, senior defensive analyst. He was a coach at Colorado State, if I'm not mistaken.
Florida.
No, it's a different McIntyre.
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Oh, sorry.
Paul Rhodes is their senior defensive analyst. He was here. And Shad Williams is their head strength and conditioning coach. Remember that night? Razorback Stadium packed to the brim. Houston Nutt's the coach. Alabama's in town. First play from scrimmage. They hand it to a running back named Shad Williams. And he goes 80 right up the gut for a touchdown. I don't know that I've ever heard the wind taken out of a crowd's sails the way that play took the wind out of the sails of Razorback fans. He's their strength and conditioning coach. I had no idea. But it's always interesting to read these staffs because sometimes it's the washed-up guys. Sometimes it's the guys you've not heard of in a while. And, hey, sometimes it's guys that, like, ruined your night back when they were playing, in the case of old Shad Williams.
I was thinking of Jim McElwain.
Jim McElwain, yeah.
McIntyre
the
was
shark guy, the guy that wrestled the shark.
Yeah.
Mike McIntyre was Colorado State's head coach, wasn't he?
Colorado's head
coach.
head
coach. All right, I get those mixed up.
McElwain was at Colorado State. I think
Okay,
we're getting our backs confused.
all
I don't know.
right.
Who cares?
Brian's on the line in Ozark. Brian, what's going on?
Hey, not much. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. What's on your mind?
Yes. So, ever since Pittman's been fired, kind of kept up with Arkansas messenger boards. And to me, the ones I've read, most people don't want Pittman as their head coach.
Pittman or Petrino?
Petrino.
Yeah.
Right. Nope. Most people don't want Petrino as the head coach back. They've been there, seen that. And here's my question for you. Arkansas is going to, every year, they're going to play 5, 6, 7 top 25 schools. I mean, that's a given. Petrino's record is 15-32 against top 25 schools. Why would you want a Sam Pittman Jr. as your head coach?
Most coaches out there, if you're really honest about it and look at it, there aren't that many coaches with above 500 records against top 25 teams. I mean, if you were to, Lane Kiffin's one of the hottest names out there. Go look, particularly on the road. Look at the record of even some of the coaches that are perceived to be great, what their record is against ranked teams. It's hard to win against ranked teams. But I hear what you're saying. But look, I'm just going to be honest with you, Brian. With the way you've talked about Texas and the way it's turned out, your credibility quotient's down there, man. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Yeah, but check it out. Even with Arch Manning learning the system and a bad quarterback right now, he's 6-2 and winning. Taylor Green's supposed to be one of the best and is losing.
Okay,
would you rather have a bad quarterback winning or a good quarterback losing everything they play? Taylor Green's a stat man, not a winner.
I hear what you're saying in that regard. I just don't understand the point in what you're doing. I just don't understand the point.
The point is, get a real coach, not Bobby Petrino.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brian. I'm always interested in what you think. Lafayette, William's on the line. William, you were on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. I think we lost.
Apparently not.
Lost William. William was there.
He called in like 90 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Where'd you go, William?
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll come back. James is in Hot Springs Village. James, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. I appreciate just a moment of your time. I've got a candidate that I haven't heard anybody but me talk about, and I want to get your opinion. I know this is an out in left field kind of thing, but the guy is a proven winner. He's won a national championship. He's probably going to win another one this year. If everybody in the conference is paying players and money is just money, that's not the defining reason. If I can pay you $200,000 to come here or $200,000 to Ole Miss. Money's money. But what makes Arkansas different? And this coach, as a man, is a different breed of cat.
Who
He's
is
got
it?
a
Who is
face.
it? Who is it?
Paul Simmons at Harding. He runs an unconventional offense. He's won a national title in 23. He's going to win a national title this year, running a style of offense that nobody runs.
What do
Nobody
they run?
practices.
What do they run? I'm
Like
asking
the-
because
like
I don't
the-
know.
Like the wing tee, like the old school 3 in a cloud of dust wing tee.
I got you.
Triple option. But he could be the next Signetti. He's not that old, and he's got a faith and a character that any parent in any part of this country would have faith that if you give my kid $200,000 and you send him to this coach, he's going to watch his back and look out for his best interest, because he's not only looking out for the talent, he's looking out for the soul of the man that he is coaching. He's trying to truly turn them into great football players and even better men. I would suggest that the Razorback fan base look into who he is and the kind of success that he's really had. Like, he puts a winning program on the field every year he plays. Every year. He's got something special. And I don't think, we should overlook going after, the big name money hire when maybe something that could truly make us different, special, and really appealing to beyond just the dollars we can pay your kid. He can't be worse than Chad Morris. He can't be worse than 2-10 Bobby Petrino, Sam Pittman. It can't get worse.
Yeah, it
So
could be.
I would say look at him, look him up, and tell me what you really think after you've
All right.
finally looked
Thank you,
into-
James. Thank you. I'm somewhat familiar with Paul Simmons, and I do know that Harding's had tremendous success. I know you can't run the wing tee in the SEC. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. I don't know what his prospects are. I don't know what his goals are. I have no earthly idea. I don't think, just to be perfectly candid, that a coach from Harding is going to be an SEC head coach next year, whether it's here, whether it's somewhere else. That's not diminishing anything that he's done there. But congratulations on everything they've done, because Harding has been, they've been the team to beat and then some. All right, quick break. We'll wrap it up after this. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, there's nothing like a perfect steak. So tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. And now, thanks to Plainview Beef, it's clean with no hidden chemicals. Plainview Beef feeds their cattle with wheatgrass sprouts, and their beef is loaded with nutrients your body needs. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. PlainviewBeef.com. Order direct to your house. Check out their menu, which includes 6 8-ounce fillets for just $99. Again, it's PlainviewBeef.com. Use the promo code Chuck and Bo and get a free 12-pack of beef sticks. PlainviewBeef.com. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville. So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm leaving for more money if I can find it. The portal's open on the show.
Okay.
I think the NPR station's on the phone.
Now they're funding good cut.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, you hear about all these coaches, players, everybody's getting rich but me. It's kind of what it feels like. Golf tomorrow, Bart. Breaking 90 at FCC. What time's tee time?
I don't think we have a set. I mean, typically
Whenever you
around
get
10,
loose.
around
Whenever you
10.
get loose.
Yeah.
You don't have to break all the equipment down here tomorrow since we're in the studio, and then you're just going to the course. Yeah. Frees you from having to do all that work.
That's right.
And you can concentrate on your game.
That's right.
And, of course, we'll have the locks tomorrow.
We will have locks
and,
tomorrow.
there's so much going on. And, of course, we'll be getting ready
Halloween.
for Halloween. That's right. Trick or treat. See, I get lost in all this stuff. There's just so much happening.
Is this particular coaching candidate a trick or a treat?
Ooh, man, that's clever.
Typical sports talk radio.
Lance is in Fayetteville. Lance, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Money situation talk here, NIL, coaching salaries, that kind of thing. And I guess I'm a little Mr. Negative this morning. I think it's a house of cards eventually. We sit and we talk about other people's money. Well, you know what? Even Jim and Rob Walton, you know, they've got a lot of their wealth tied up in Walmart stock. They're not going to hurt Walmart, you know, by just jerking gazillions of dollars out, and we think that's the answer, and then other people on down the line to, you know, millionaires or whatever, you know, they've worked hard their whole lives for that money. They're not just going to sit and give it away. And I don't know how it works at that level. You know,
Me either.
I don't know how we've paid people off in the past years, and you know, I don't know what it's like to have that much money, but I know if you're draining a 100,000-gallon swimming pool, eventually you walk outside to check the progress, and that water is draining. It's going away. So I don't think this thing is going to be sustainable in the long run.
Well, I don't either, but we're not to the long run yet. And that's sort of where we are. I mean, I agree with you. There's going to come a point where somebody says, I just can't keep doing this. And despite what some might have you think, there's not a billionaire on every block. And every street in Northwest Arkansas is not paved in gold. And so there's not this unlimited supply of money. And, you know, I hear people from other parts of the country, there's all this money in Northwest Arkansas. Well, there are some people in Northwest Arkansas. There are businesses started by families who've become very, very wealthy. And I mean, it's all well chronicled. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But first off, you look around our state, from border to border, but particularly in this part of the state and in Little Rock, in the central Arkansas capital city area. A lot of these families have paid for a lot of things outside sports. A lot of things that, in the grand scheme of things, and I don't mean to sound blasphemous here, but in the grand scheme of things that might be a little bit more important than Razorback football. Maybe. So it's hard to say, hey, why don't you give some more of your money so I can enjoy the product that I enjoy a little bit more. And there's not that many of them, or as many of them, to go around as people might think. And they're not obligated to love the same things you love. They're not obligated to be as fanatical about the Razorbacks as you are. I agree with you. There's going to come a point where this breaks up. But it hasn't happened yet. And I can't really tell you when that's going to be. We're back tomorrow. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you at 6 o'clock.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or